Hello everybody, Julia here from Just One More Card, and today I'm going to show you how to ink up an image with distress inks and still have a nice white outline border. And it's going to be so simple, you're going to slap your forehead. Now, let me get started here. I have prepared a bit. Now, my crafty friend Jessa from Useless Trinkets is releasing new Digi stamps, these two cute monsters here. And I have printed them out on Copic-friendly paper, and I've also printed the sentiment. It says "Happy Doomsday," I mean birthday, which I think is hilarious. And I've prepared these two images. Now, originally, the image that I'm holding here is supposed to look like this. You can see that the monster is holding the heart, and I thought I'd be using the heart separately, so I cut it out. And I have one of the monsters that it's the same image. One has the white outline, and the other one I just trimmed everything off except the main shape. These are the distress inks I'm going to be using, and you can probably already guess what I'm going to do. I'm just going to ink up first the image that doesn't have the white outline. Okay, actually I had my scan and cut this for me because it was so much easier than fuzzy cutting this. In that regard, I just love the machine. Now, with the colors that I've chosen here, I wanted to have fall colors that would still be very vibrant. And you can see, because these colors are next to each other when you look at them in the color wheel, that the red and the yellow blend to orange, and that the yellow and the green blend to like a lime green. I'm actually coming in with a second green here to darken up the edges a bit. And because I love a lot of contrast, I'm actually coming in with black soot. Yes, I'm coming in with black just to give the edges a really, really dark appearance and to make the center color shine even more. You can see that I'm using a dry baby wipe here to hold my image to make sure I don't get any ink from my fingers onto the image where it doesn't belong, because that's very easy to do when you're working with distress inks. At least that keeps happening to me. So now, while I set the colored monster aside to dry, I'm just coloring in the horns here on the one that has the outline, the white outline. As I said, ignore that I cut out the hands with the heart. I thought I would be using them separately, but in the end I didn't do that. So yeah, but I mean, it didn't matter. I'm covering this up anyway, and I knew that from the very beginning. So I'm just using some, I think it's warm grays here, to color in the horns to give them the appearance that they are rounded and shiny, by leaving this highlight space, which I color over last with my lightest color. And that's it. That's all the Copic coloring that I'm doing. I added some Tombow Mono on the back of this, the colored monster here, and now I'm just going to fit this on top of the other image. It's the same monster, I just cut off the horns and had it cut out without the white border. And this way you can ink up your images without any problem to the very edge and still have a white edge around them, because I personally like the white edge. So it's a super, super simple trick, but you know, it had me stumped in the beginning. I was like, how am I going to do this? But then I was like, gosh, this is so easy and so obvious. Probably you already know that, but I didn't, so now you know as well. Now for the heart, I tried to intensify the colors first with distress markers, but that didn't work. So I'm actually coming in with my Copic markers on top of the watercolor. Not sure if that's the smartest thing to do, but I was like, I needed more intense color. So I grabbed Copic markers that would work. Oranges and yellows and reds, and then some greens. And I'm just coloring over the heart shape here. Like, I'm not doing a lot of coloring and just intensifying the color here a bit because it just was too muted for my personal taste. You can see here, and the problem is of course that even though this is Copic friendly cardstock, it was very saturated with the distress ink, so I had to be careful not to damage my markers, and I'll wipe the tips or the nibs off on a piece of clean paper afterwards. Now, in order to prepare my card base, I've put some ink from the distress ink pad onto my craft sheet, spritzing this with clean water, cleaning off my hand of course, so I won't mess up the card. And then I'm grabbing a brush, just loading this brush with the color here, with the watercolor mixture, and just dabbing this on top of my card so I can get a nice sprayed effect. You don't have to do this. You absolutely don't have to do this. I did the same thing with black because this cardstock actually absorbed a lot of the intensity of the color, so it didn't look as dark as I wanted it to look, so I had to add some black. And then I came back and added some drops with a gold. It used to be a gold spray, but it doesn't really spray anymore, so I'm just, you know, using it to sprinkle on some gold accents onto my card. I put some foam tape behind the monster and I'm mounting it onto the card base here. And of course you can see there's still some highlights that need to be added. I'm using this white Sharpie marker. You have to start it by pushing down on the tip, and it's possible that you have like a gush of color coming out. So what you want to do is you want to do it somewhere like off to the side, not on your project, because you're gonna ruin your project. Don't ask me how I know, it's just gonna upset me. So do this aside from your project to start the marker, and then bring your marker to the project. That's a much safer way to do this. And also you have to shake it vigorously, like a long time. I shook mine for at least 30 seconds before I started it to make sure that the color was really diluted inside of the marker, and then it worked really, really well. So here's a close-up of the funny sentiment that is also for free available today. Happy Doomsday, birthday. But at your age, it's quite the same. Not sure who I'm going to surprise with that one. I actually added glossy accents on top of the heart here just to make it shine a little bit more. And in case I haven't mentioned this is a freebie. So these digital stamps by Useless Trinkets, or Jessa as I know her, are free. I will be linking to them in the video description below and on my blog. You can grab them, you can print them, you can have fun with them, and I can't wait to see what you do. Thank you so much for watching, and I have some more inspiration here for you with other digital stamps that were also released by Useless Trinkets and which are available for free. Catch you again soon. Bye bye.